Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and I've just received through the post a package from my good friend Dazs. Now, Dazs got in touch with me and said he had something to send me. There's an interesting story behind that on the previous one he was going to send us, which I'll get to in a minute. But first, I just want to thank Dazs for thinking of me and sending me over this package. Now, the original item that Dazs wanted to send to me, believe it or not, was actually the Zombie Flesh Eaters cover that I got from Custom Creations. And when he saw the unboxing of that, he said, I can't believe it. That was the thing I was going to send it to you. So Daz kept that custom made cover for himself and he's actually put it on his version of Zombie Flesh Eaters. I'll leave a link down to that video down below if you haven't seen it. I urge you to check that out because Custom Creations do some amazing stuff. And I've got some more stuff coming on the way to do with Custom Creations, which you'll probably see next week. But anyway, Daz then sent me this and I said, what on earth, because of the size of it. So I haven't got a clue what is in here, but I just want to thank Daz once again for just taking the time out to do this for me. So what do I say? Nurse Barry Scalpel, thank you very much. Always keep this covered, you just never know, do you? Okay, so I'll open this up and I'll not look and we'll see together what has been sent by Daz. If there's a note in here, I will read it out. So what's in here feels like two things. Well packaged, mine, well packaged, because you've got this protecting what's in here, and you've got some bubble wrap in here protecting the two items from each other. So first I'll get the one that's wrapped up, and I'm not looking over there. You can always tell when a collector has sent you some stuff because of the way the things are wrapped. So I think all of us collectors should get together and give all the people who package the stuff for Amazon, Zavvi, etc., a training course on how to do this. As always, I'll try and get these the right way up. I always fail, but I give me best shot. So first up is, I think this is the right way around. First up is, awesome. Oh my God, the Beyond Steelbook from Arrow. Now, I remember seeing this a long time ago. And so I remember back in the day when Arrow were releasing the window pane boxes, and I had to make a decision. I had to say, am I going to get those ones or am I going to get the steel books? And I went for the window pane boxes. I didn't have them all, but I did try to collect most of them. And a lot of them went out of print quite easily, quite quickly. But this is just absolutely fantastic. Said that before, that's my favorite shot, one of my favorite shots in any horror film, my favorite gore effect. I've seen this. I've never actually, because sometimes when these were out, you would kind of pick them up and have a look at them. Not with nice booklet there. Look at that. What I'll do is I'll open these ones up here, then I'll go downstairs and I'll go overhead, and you can have a look at these more up close and personal. But this is me, and look at these, man. We're talking perfect condition here. And the thing is, I don't have the window box of the Beyond, so all the extras on here I'll be getting back in the collection. That's the first thing out of there, and Daz, I'm speechless when it comes to this. The Beyond is, well, it's one of the greatest horror films of all time for me, and one of Lucio Fulci's best. There you go, look at that, protected. So speaking of protectors, I'm going to have a video coming up soon talking about protectors and some more the obscure ones that you can't get a hold of. And I've got my good friend Steve Court and Keith from Euphoria Pictures, link to his channel down below. We're going to be doing a video together and talking about these protectors. I keep saying collectors when I mean protectors. And we'll go into quite a few details about that. And Steve Court's got some amazing protectors that nobody else has got. Then he'll talk about that. But there you go. That's the first one. That's the Beyond. What a steelbook that is. Seen it plenty of times to look at, but never actually even held it. But wow, look at that. Great colour on that as well. I'm going to say dark purple, deep purple even. I think it's the right way around. I think it might be upside down. It is. God. Oh, no. This is absolutely stunning. I'll tell you why. I remember when this came out, I have got the Arrow version down there, the regular standard one. I remember this coming out and thinking to myself, this is a steelbook I have got to go for because this wasn't part of the collection, which was the window pane box. This was like a standalone one. And I thought to myself, I'll definitely get that one. And that's as far as I got to getting it because as soon as I thought them words in my head, it was gone. It was gone from everywhere. But if you're talking, I mean, this is beautiful. But when you get something that's got the original art on, I've never seen the back of that. Didn't even know what it looked like. That's amazing. That this as well. This is a 4K remaster, and this is another one where the VHS looked absolutely awful. In fact, it made the film like a bad film for me. And when I saw it on here in pretty much perfect condition, I was really blown away by how good this film was. It's nothing like I thought it was going to be. Wow. Oh, right. I see what Daz has done here. Here is the J card there, and then it's got the booklet in there. This film should be played loud. Yeah. Anyway, I'll show you what this is like when I go on the overhead camera. This is unbelievable. And what do we do? Of course we do. So there you go. Protected. Look at that. Absolutely just, I don't know what to say it does. I really don't. But I never ever expected anything like this, if I'm honest. I just didn't. Wow. Right. Got something that feels like a book. And it is. Oh my God. Fantasy film memory. Directed by Lucio Fulci. Lucio Fulci, shall I say. Where's me manners? Now, I don't think I've read this, but I'm sure I've seen this before somewhere. This really rings a bell. Yeah. Aye, aye. This has got some good stuff. And of course, it wouldn't be a book without that special effect in there. I'll save this for downstairs when I go through it. Murder Rock, that's just come out recently, hasn't it? Yeah. So I'll save that for downstairs. So we'll look at that together downstairs. Unbelievable. Next is, what's this? Michael Rappaport. Quirky, delightful, hugely imaginative, with real heart and lots of fun. Contains strong language and infrequent bloody violence. Yes, please. I like him. I've seen him in quite a few films. He's a good actor. And also, he's great in comedy roles. He's in a few films where he plays someone who's really dumb. I don't know if he plays the same person in here, the same type of character, but he plays that character really well. Yeah, a huge cult hit. So that's Special RX, Specioprin hydrochloride. Next up is, honestly, Dazs, man. Dracula 3D, Dario Argento's Dracula 3D. Now, I've heard conflicting reports about this. When it first came out, everything after a certain time, when Dario Argento put some stuff out, after about 92, everybody said all of that stuff was rubbish. I beg to differ from that. But obviously, this is one of his later ones, and everybody used to frown on Dracula 3D. But I've heard of quite a few people recently saying it's a good film, it's a good watch. It'll never top Suspiria, of course, but this one, I haven't got 3D capability on my setup, but I've always been wanting to watch this. And this is a thing where these things aren't easy to get a hold of. The Dario Argento ones, the latter day Dario Argento ones, they are quite. They're not ever released in the UK, unfortunately. This looks like a German release. Koch Media. Absolutely brilliant. But I have been wanting to watch this. There's a few of his films, the latter day ones that I want to get, but I haven't seen yet. I think Dark Glasses was his latest film that he had out. I watched half of that and I quite enjoyed it actually. Need to get back to that one. Dracula 3D. Wow. I could have never guessed what is in here. If Dazs had given me 100 guesses, I would have never got any of this stuff. So the last thing that Dazs has sent me in this amazing parcel is, wow, look at this, man. Look at that. Oh, look at the shine off that. I don't know if you can see the shine. You can see on my face there. The Reanimator limited edition 2-disc Blu-ray steelbook from Second Sight. You always forget that Second Sight were around for a lot longer than you think, and they were doing other things rather than the big box sets that they're famous for now. This is such a good release. It really is. What do we do? Of course we do. Got to thank my good friend Dave Ramsden for sending them over to me. These are all from Dave Ramsden when he sent us over a load of them, and I'm still using them. There you go, safe and sound. This is incredible. This has got loads of stuff on here. It's a 4K restoration, and you do get the longest cut as well, which is the cut that I like to watch. So have a look together at this book downstairs. Dracula 3D, amazing. Really have been wanting to see this one. Special RX, and that Specioprin hydrochloride. I wonder if that's a real thing. I might not Google that one. May get into trouble doing that. Reanimator, the amazing steelbook in perfect condition, of course. The Beyond, honestly, it's so amazing to have that one. I haven't got any of those steelbooks that Arrow put out, and they are amazing. And of course, the one that I really wanted and never even got a sniff at it, the Driller Killer. Absolutely brilliant. So here's the letter from Daz. Hi John, here are a couple of movies for your collection. I'm not a fan of steelbooks, so I put a couple in the box. Apologies, the J cards are not mint. Well, they're about as mint as you can get them. And the fact that they're in such a good condition for the age of them, because these are well over 10 years old. Also included is a movie I told you about a while ago. It's called Special RX. It's not available on Blu-ray, only DVD. Yes, yes. I knew I'd heard of the title. Yes, Michael Rappaport, because you were saying, do I like him? I says, yeah, I do. I think he's a great comedic actor, and he's good in serious roles as well. I also put an Argento Blue in there, as I had two different versions. Really excited to see that one. I also found a pretty rare Fulci booklet. I thought you might like it. I'm sure I've seen that before somewhere. I think John Hall might have had it, but I haven't got it myself at all. Shame I didn't get the Zombie Flesh Eaters cover for you sooner. Bugger. Yeah, we spoke about that, didn't we? And it was, what's the chances of that? Because I picked that because of the fact that it was to do with the Zombie Flesh Eaters that just come out. There's loads of other covers on there. I could have picked a load, but I just decided I'm going to go for the Zombie Flesh Eaters one. And also, so did Daz as well, but he's kept one for himself, so he hasn't lost out. Would love to hear a CD of the music you offered. Thanks a lot. Yes, I'm going to send you a CD of the Mondo Chelloveck hit, should I say. Although I might never hear from him again after he hears the CDs. Keep up with the channel. Love it, mate. Look forward to them every week. Well, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that you like watching the stuff. It's great to hear that. It really is. Cheers, Daz, Manchester. Yeah, the fact that, as you know, that just a brief thing about the whole. Sometimes I've got to take a bit of a break. It just depends about work, depends about the time I've got to actually do these videos. If I make a mess of them and I can't, like, string my words together, that's why sometimes you see a gap. And you know about that, and I spoke about that. And but this week, believe it or not, I've had 5 out, which is nuts, isn't it, when you think about it? So it swings and roundabouts. But I appreciate everybody who got in touch and said that was, it was all right to sort of not put them out all the time or 3 week like I used to. But I put 5 out this week. This note will go in with your stuff here. I think I'm going to put it in the Driller Killer because that's the one that I was most blown away with because of the fact that I hunted high and low for that one and never got it. And these things, to be honest, Daz, these things, as you know, they're not cheap. And the fact that you've decided to give them to me is unbelievable. Can't thank you enough for that. And these will be treasured and put in my collection as well. And yeah, wow. And big thanks to Dave Ramson for having these. So the best thing about these is I do find these out to be like a time capsule. You get them, you put them in here, and they are presented. They are kept in exactly the same way. And Daz has kept them in fantastic condition. So they will always be in this condition. And yeah, unbelievable. You don't get many more iconic pictures, the covers than that, do you, when you think about it? Absolutely incredible. So that's 2 video nasties there when you think of it. So first up is Fantasy Film Memory presents, directed by Lucio Fulci, Italy's Go Master, October 1990. These used to be all the rage back in the day. And I have seen the cover before, definitely, even if I haven't seen it actually from there. Now that's, when I'm looking at this, the Beyond, one of the discs, the new Beyond, the 4K, I got off Steve Court. That has got that on one of the covers. There's some great set pieces when you think about Lucio Fulci's stuff. You can see how these got some just iconic, basically. I remember seeing that picture in Fangoria. Manhattan Baby. It never gets the love. I think it's a great film, actually, but it never gets mentioned that much. Enigma's quite good as well, actually. Much better than I thought it was going to be. It's nice to see most of his films out. Now, these ones here, these need to come out in the UK. These would be brilliant on the Italian collection. His 2 kind of Mad Max rip-off post-apocalyptic ones. Don't Torture Duckling. Well, I was going to say, where's Bob? There it is. I mean, look at that. What a brilliant scene. Yeah. Must have got paid a canny bit of money to do that. Devil's Honey, much better than I thought it was going to be. Of course. Zombie Flesh Eaters, that's another title for it. I can see how they've got the voodoo element in it. There's quite a lot of voodoo isms in it. Although I consider it to be more like a zombie film. You Ripper. Demonia, not a bad film as well. That very much a latter day one, but I enjoyed it. Brilliant thing from, was it Arrow who brought that out? Then you're going to get some of his films there. There's Murder Rock as well. Amazing booklet, that. Amazing. I'll be reading up on that one. It's got a nice big font in it because, as you know, my eyes aren't that great. This is this Special K. I'll put that up there so you can have a read of it. I'm not reading that myself. 2 things, I can't see it, and also I want to see this as a bit of a no spoilers, you know. This might be one of those type of films that just never ever gets a Blu-ray upgrade. Or it does in a different country and you've got to pay a lot of money for it. Interested to see that one. Big fan of him actually. He's done some really funny films over the years. Really want to see this as well. Rutger Hauer. Didn't know he was in this one. As with all of Dario Argento's latter day films, you do get a lot of conflicting reports. A lot of people say, you know, utter trash. Some people say brilliant. I'll go in with, you know, just to say it is going to be what it is. I'm not going to go with any preconceptions. And usually I do enjoy these films. Like I say, the one that I didn't really enjoy was the film called Giallo. Just didn't work for me. Brilliant. It's always good to get an Argento film you haven't seen to check out. Reanimator. This is a good version from Second Sight. I mean, this is like a really early Second Sight release, when they were kind of finding their feet in what to put out. But these days, you know how they put their stuff out in the best possible way. I love the way the light goes on that. That's it. 2 discs. That's it, the integral version. That's the best version for me. It's got everything in it. So that's Reanimator. The Beyond. Yeah, I'll be checking out some of these extras. Great, you've got a booklet in here as well. I think this, I'm going to leave the glue things on here because I don't want to cause any problems. I don't think I will, but I'll leave it the way it is. I want to keep this in perfect condition like it is. 2 discs, see if there's anything behind that. It's from the kind of like the start of the film-ish. Yeah, like I said before, you see this face on a load of different other horror films. The 4K of this is exceptional. If you don't like tarantulas, you're not like this film. Beautiful artwork on this. So that's the Beyond. And finally, the Driller Killer. I like that. But this, wow. So let's have a look at this in all its glory, I should have said, in all its gory. Pun intended. Yeah, look at that. Just amazing. So Miss 45 is coming out soon. I'm sure that's from Arrow. Can't wait to get that. Never seen that. Although I might have seen one that was cut. I think me and John Hall watched it. Or John Hall brought it across. I believe. There's the interior. Brilliant that. Brilliant colour scheme. I know this film does not really, but it talks about this fella who's, well, he's plagued by this punk band that keeps practicing upstairs from him. And that's what makes him flip. Well, it's one of the things that makes him flip. But honestly, I can't tell you how much the difference this 4K remaster is in here. Now, will there be a 4K out of it from Arrow? I would like to think so. I think the 4K could look really nice. I know it's a grubby film, it's a grotty film, but it does have it's a lot more enjoyable when you see it with this 4K restoration. That's about the restoration there. But this was a while ago. I'm going to say maybe 2015 possibly. And it could be one of the ones when they do it, if they do it again, like a brand new 4K. It could look sensational for what this film looks like. Brilliant. Darkness protector, or should I say time capsule. So just to recap, that's the Driller Killer Steelbook, the Beyond Steelbook, Reanimator Steelbook, Dracula 3D, Dario Argento, and Special RX Specioprin Hydrochloride, and Fantasy Film Memory Presents, directed by Lucio Fulci. And I can't thank you enough for sending this stuff to me. It's absolutely amazing. So thanks for watching. You take care, especially you, Daz, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.